The Six Nations is fast approaching with the first set of matches taking place next weekend. This year's championship is surrounded by anticipation, with it promising to be one of the most hotly contested tournaments seen in recent years. Sportsmail's Sir Clive Woodward gives you his guide to the competition and picks out his favourites to go all the way ahead of the inaugural fixtures. Coach, Eddie Jones. Captain, Dylan Hartley. Last year, Champions Overview, start as champions and boast 22 wins in 23 matches under Eddie Jones, which is impressive in anyone's language. Injuries are already a factor, Billy Vunipola being the biggest loss, but England more than any team can handle a raft of injuries due to their strength. In depth. Need to find the right mix in the back row where there are many options but no obvious solutions. I can see England losing one match but still winning a record third championship in the trot. If either Sam Simmonds and Zach Mercer can develop in the back row, that would be a huge plus for England. Will Eddie be adventurous enough to start Watson at 15, and can Dylan Hartley fight off the challenge of Jamie George at hooker? Very exciting times for this England side. But as always, they are the team everyone wants to beat. Probable starting 15, Brown, Watson, Joseph, Farrell, May, Ford, Youngs, Vunipola, Hartley, C, Cole, Itoye, Launchbury, Robshaw, Simmonds, Mercer. Did you know? England wing Denny Solomona recently married Big Brother star Jessam Piazzi in Las Vegas before splitting up. Number 245 is the number of tries England have scored since the Five Nations became the Six Nations in 2000. My player to watch, Harry Williams. England need to develop some strength and depth in the front row, and I'm looking to see Williams push Dan Cole all the way for the tight head spot. Fast and athletic around the park, he offers more than Cole there, but let's see if he can scrummage at the top level. Age, 25 caps, 5 position, prop coach, Joe Schmidt. Captain, Rory Best. Last year, second overview, despite an excellent win over England at the death. Ireland didn't fire on all 4 cylinders in last year's competition, but I'm hoping for a huge tournament from Joe Schmidt's team this year. Possibly the best organized and disciplined team in Europe. They concede only 4 to 5 penalties per game. Ireland can play it a little conservatively, and for a team of their quality they don't score enough tries in the really big matches. I will be looking for them to expand their game a little, and if they do that successfully, look out. They have some wonderfully talented outside backs. No doubt their minds will already be on St. Patrick's Day game against England at Twickenham. They have a major obstacle to overcome in their opening fixture in Paris. Win that and the tournament really opens up for them. Probable starting 15, Kearney, Earls, Aki, Henshaw, Stockdale, Sexton, Murray, McGrath, Best, C, Furlong, Toner, Henderson, O'Mahony, Levy, Standard. Did you know? Halfback Joey Carberry is an All-Ireland League cricketer with Clontarf CC. Number 26 championship record number of tries scored by Brian O'Driscoll between 200 and 2014. My player to watch, Jordan Larmour is technically still an academy player with Leinster, but has excited everybody with his running, especially his priceless ability to step when running at full pace, which is an incredible skill. It's early days and he might start on the bench, but look out when he appears. Age, 20 caps, uncapped position, full-back/wing. Coach, Gregor Townsend. Captain, John Barclay. Last year, 4th overview, a decent campaign last year marred by a very bad day at the office at Twickenham. Scotland have really kicked on under the excellent coach Gregor Townsend and should have beaten the All Blacks in November. Their strength is an exhilarating attacking style that is wonderful to watch and long that may continue. But there will be times when they also need to dig in. When you play that way, you must work extra hard on your defense because you open yourself up. But I'm really looking forward to watching this Scotland team. Scotland must also work hard on the set piece, and they have injuries in the front row. But if they can get the balance right, I can see them challenging very hard for honours this season. Probable starting 15, Hogg, Seymour, H. Jones, Dunbar, L. Jones, Russell, Price, Reid, McInally, Welsh, J. Gray, Toulis, Barkley, Watson, Wilson. Did you know? Skipper John Barclay first trained with the Scotland squad as a 17-year-old schoolboy number 104,000. The championship record crowd at Murrayfield for the game against Wales in 1975. My player to watch, Hamish Watson. Very unlucky not to make the Lions. He had a brilliant match last season against the All-Lions Wales back row, and Watson is the kind of 7 an attacking fluid side like Scotland need. Invariably first to the breakdown, either ensuring quick ball or snaffling a turnover. Age, 26 caps, 15 position, flanker. Coach, Jacques Brunel. Captain, Guillaume Giraudoux. Last year: 3rd overview, have regressed quite badly since last year's championship and start this year's campaign under a new coach in Jacques Brunel, who has also brought in his own backroom staff. Simply, France must win their opening game in Paris. They have the players, but do they have the organization and mindset? I fear the worst again if they lose first up against a very good Ireland team. What I do hope is that France somehow discover their soul and play the game they are good at. Powerful, no-nonsense forwards. Gifted attack-minded backs. Les Bleus need to give the French fans some hope and the Six Nations something to be excited about, because they seem to have been going through the motions for so long now. Nobody fears France anymore, which, given their amazing talent available, is ridiculous. Probable starting 15, anybody's guess. But I'm going with Bonneville, Vakatawa, Lemaret, Dumeirou, Thomas, Belleau, McKenna, Poirot, Giraudoux, Slimani, Vaamahayua, Icharia, Kamara, Makalu, Gordon. Did you know? Massive lock Sébastien Vaamahina comes from the French Pacific dependency of New Caledonia. Number 9. Number of Grand Slams France have won since their first in 1968. My player to watch, Kevin Gordon. Terrific, almost old school, fast and loose open side who covers the ground, supports in attack and makes his tackles. He is one of the players who has made La Rochelle tick in the T14 in recent seasons. But to get the best out of him, France need to play some rugby. Age, 27 caps, 15 position, flanker. Coach, Conor O'Shea. Captain, Sergio Parisse. Last year, 6th, last, overview. It can feel a bit like Groundhog Day with Italy as they try desperately to overcome the odds and make a breakthrough in the Six Nations. I am convinced their defense will be stronger. Benetton have dug in well in a good number of Pro 14 and European Cup games, and Conor O'Shea will be wanting to make his team much more difficult to beat. But can they start showing some firepower and amass a score? They actually have some decent backs despite the injury absence of Michel Campagnaro. But their tight five are not the force of old, which inhibits them and gives Parisse little to work off in the back row. I think they will go very well first up against England, but ultimately lose the game, and just cannot see them upsetting any of the current Six Nations teams. All the other teams have moved on, have Italy? Probable starting 15, Hayward, Padovani, Benvenuti, Boni, Bellini, McKinley, Tibaldi, Ferrari, Giraldini, Livati, Biaggi, Fuser, Licata, Negri. Parisse. Did you know? Italy's Irish-born fly-half Ian McKinley plays in specially adapted goggles after losing the sight of an eye. Number 60. The number of Six Nations starts by Italy skipper Sergio Parisse. My player to watch, Seb Negri. Hartpury College is proving a useful hunting ground for Italy, with Negri a real prospect after 2 years there in Gloucestershire, while Jake Poldry is also in contention. Negri is a strong guy built like a blindside but has real pace and athleticism. Age, 23 caps, 2 position, flanker. Coach, Warren Gatland. Captain, Alan Wynne-Jones. Last year, 5th overview, underperformed last year for a team with their talent and must improve drastically despite the absence of Lions Jonathan Davis and Liam Williams. I don't think their rugby was ever just worn ball, and I have always enjoyed watching Wales play under Gatland, and the way both Scarlets and the Ospreys have played in Europe really does give the Welsh a lot of hope. Gatland just picked horses for courses, but tactically there did seem a sea change in the autumn when Wales opened up and moved a little from their reliance on big, hard-carrying backs like George North, Jamie Roberts, and Alex Cuthbert. Wales passed the ball more than any team during The November Internationals, and that's a clue to the direction they are heading. Probable starting 15, Halfpenny, Amos, Parks, S. Williams, S. Evans, Patchell, Webb, R. Evans, Owens, Francis, Davis, Jones, C. Shingler, Navidi. Moriarty. Did you know? Wing Hallam Amos is following in the steps of Jamie Robertson, studying to become a doctor. Number 2. The number of tries conceded in the 2008 championship. The fewest ever. My player to watch, Rhys Patchell. My gut instincts say Wales need to get the Llanelli utility back involved sooner rather than later. Rangy but very quick, attack-minded and the possessor of a huge boot. Has a bit of X-factor and could even be required at